Hello everyone, welcome back to the Code Syndicate. Today we will learn type conversion among all the integer types. So without wasting time, let's begin. Conversion in Rust is very tricky. We do not get any compile time error in type conversion of integers. Let me tell you what I mean by this statement. Look at these two types i8 and u8. We know i8 can store negative number but u8 cannot. Assume we have stored a negative number, let's say -10 in a i8 type variable. Now, when we convert this variable to u8 type, we should have get an error because we can't store -10 in the u8 type of variable. But in Rust, we do not get any error, neither in compile time nor in runtime. Instead, we get a strange result. Let's check this in code. First, let's declare a variable of type i8. Let num i8 equals, let's say 50. Here we are using a positive number to see how type conversion works in Rust. Now let's convert this variable to u8 type. Let converted num type will be u8 equals num as u8. Now to convert integers, we do this way. First, we write name of the variable, this num, and followed by the keyword as, and the type to which we want to convert this num to, that is the u8 type. This is a straightforward process. Number 50 can be stored in u8 type, so we have no problem in this conversion. We can see the output by printing it in the console. Now run the code and see. Go run. Perfectly done. Now what happens when we use a negative number instead of 50? Let's replace this 50 with -50. Now let's run the code and see what we get. We got 206. Let's determine the reason behind this strange output. Let's head into the browser. Now see what happens when we store -50 in the memory. When we store a negative number, it is stored as the 2's complement in the memory. I have already discussed how integers are stored in memory in detail in my previous video. If you haven't checked that video, I will give you the link in somewhere below the description. Now let's continue. Now let's see how -50 stored as 2's complement in the memory. When we store -50, it is stored as these bits in the memory. Now when we convert this i8 type to u8, the trick happens here. The u8 type is not capable of handling negative number. So it will not convert the bits through 2's complement system to obtain the number. It will simply convert all the bits to decimal as it is. When u8 converts this bit, it's look like this. We get the answer 206 instead of -50. If you look at this website, you will find the 2's complement conversion also, which is the correct answer. But the thing is, u8 type do not look for the sign of the number because it is just built for the positive integer only. Now let's check what happens when we convert u8 to i8. We'll start with a simple example. Let's say let num colon u8 equal 25. Let converted number colon i8 equals num as I8. Run the code. Perfectly, we got the desired output. Now let's see a different scenario. Let's change this 25 to 200. Run the code. Here we got the strange output, which is minus 56. Now what happening here? If you can recall, I8 type can hold from minus 128 to 127 only. So when we are trying to convert 200 to I8 type, it overflows. Now see what actually happening behind the scene. When we store 200 as U8 type, it is stored as this. But when I8 obtain these bits, it first checks for the sign indication. As you see, the leftmost bit is 1. It considers it as negative number and applies 2's complement rule, which results in minus 56, as you can see in this screen. Hope you have understood the explanation. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. I will see you in the next video. Take care.